Hello, YouTube. This is the first of my football discussion or podcast, whatever you want to call it. So, what this is going to be about is me basically discussing like weekend events and what's happening on and off the field, transfer rumours whenever they come up, all through the Championship to League Two, mainly the Premier League and the Championship. So, let's get straight into this. Obviously, the major talking point of the weekend was Liverpool beating Man City 3-2. I was watching that game live. It is, I think, the best game I've seen all season. The atmosphere was incredible. And after that, the Hillsborough disaster, I don't know how people... I don't know how to explain, but how people built it up to be. It was such an emotional day for Liverpool, and all people were involved in Hillsborough and stuff. So, and for Liverpool to win that game was just justice even more to the 96 people who died. But aside from that, the game itself was so open. It was Liverpool's first half, and Man City's second half, but it was so open. One point, you couldn't tell what was going to happen. When Liverpool went 2-0 up from that Skirtle header, I thought, oh, here we go, Suarez might get a couple and maybe finish like 4-1 or something silly, but no. Man City came back. I was so surprised that Man City could come back from that, to be honest. I haven't really seen them being, the whole season being too far back, apart from against Bayern Munich earlier in the season. I can't remember being two goals down and coming back, but that was a great game. But if Kompany didn't make that error, I reckon Man City would have won that game. But that's the way it goes, and it was a great finish by Coutinho to put it in. But now that has happened, and Liverpool won that game 3-2. They are 7 points ahead of Man City. Man City are 2 games back, 2 games in hand over them. Them 2 games in hand, I've looked before, are home against both Aston Villa and Sunderland, which I believe they'll probably get 6 points from that. Maybe 4 minimum, but 6 points max from that, I'd say. So that's right. So after everyone plays all their games at this point, Liverpool 77, Chelsea 75, and Man City will be on 76. So it's going to come down to that Liverpool-Chelsea game. That is the biggest game of the season left. If Chelsea were to win that, they'll be on 78, Liverpool 77. Man City was to win that, they'll be on 79. So if Chelsea to win that, it'll be better for Man City than it is for Chelsea, in my opinion, because Man City will be able to overtake Liverpool then. But Man City still have to play Everton, and they're on a 7-game winning streak. That is Man City's biggest game they've got left this season. If they were to draw or lose that, then they've got no chance of winning the title, in my opinion. So, yeah. Let's stop talking about the title race. Let's talk about the other results of the weekend. Alright, let's just go to the results. I'm on the Sky website at the moment, so excuse the clicking. Right. Weirdly, there's a whole load of 1-0s this weekend, apart from 2 matches. So let's talk about the relegation battle. For me, Sunderland, I think, have already gone. They'll finish bottom of the league. Looking at the table, at the current point, oh god, wrong button. At the current point, Sunderland are 7 points behind Norwich, and they haven't won. They have lost their last 5 games. They have got 2 games in hand, but as I said, one of them is against Man City. I don't really know who the other one is against. I'll quickly have a look, but it's very unlikely that they'll get out of this rut that they're in. It's against West Brom, I believe. That is a massive game. If they were to win that other game in hand against West Brom, they're right back in this, but I don't think they will beat West Brom. They are at home. but I don't think they'll beat West Brom. It will be 1-0, I think, in that game. Well, this is like a couple of weeks away, but this is. I think Sunderland are going to finish bottom of the league. Cardiff, on the other hand, have. Who have they got this? They did beat Southampton away. On Saturday. I can't speak probably. They did beat Southampton away, which is an amazing result. That might just put confidence in them for the rest of the season, because that is probably going to be the make or break game. That was. So they, I think, will stay up, along with Fulham, who also beat Norwich. I mean, Norwich are just. I don't know why you would sack your manager with 5 games to go. They're just a recipe for disaster there. In my opinion, they have gone. Especially with the fixtures they've got left. What was it? Man United, Arsenal, Chelsea, and Liverpool. Even if maximum, I can see them getting 1 point from them. From all of those games, 1 point, I'd say. So yeah, I think at the moment, at current points in the form and everything, I think Sunderland, Norwich, and maybe even Villa at the moment. Actually no, I changed my mind. West Brom, Norwich and Sunderland, I think, are going at the moment, because I could see Cardiff coming out of this. The confidence they got from that Southampton game. Really can. Right, battle for Champions League places. Arsenal. I don't know what's up with Arsenal at the moment. I know they've got loads of injuries, but it's no excuse, man. They've got a much better squad than Everton do, and they're somehow losing more or less. Well, they're scraping through matches that they do win, and then they're getting absolutely trounced by teams in the top 4, which is not like Arsenal at all. They should. I'm not any fans. I'm not a fan of any Premier League team, but they really should be up there, top 3 at least. But they can play so much better if they play to their full potential, and just won games that they should have and got referees' decisions and all that. They'd be up there with Chelsea and Man City. There's no doubt about it. But they're just off form. Wenger, I don't even know if he knows what he's doing anymore, to be honest. I don't understand. They're celebrating beating Wigan on penalties, which they shouldn't be in that situation in the first place, to be honest. They should be winning that game 3-0, 2 or 3-0. But they've just equalised right at the death against Wigan. No, it's not right. They should be winning that game. So, yeah, personally, I think Arsenal will finish 5th and Everton 4th at the current point. Man United, I can see them overtaking. I can see Man United finishing 6th. They're on form. Tottenham are on form. I think Man United are playing better now. I think they've got a bit of a flow, ebb and flow about them now. They know what they're doing. They trust the manager a little bit more now. And if they get their new signs in the summer, I can reckon they can challenge for top 3, top 2. So yeah, that's my roundup sort of thing of the Premier League. Fixtures coming up. Let's have a look. Tuesday's match, Arsenal versus West Ham. That is on Sky Sports. So I believe that Arsenal will just scrape that game 2-1. I don't think after that FA Cup game it would have given that much confidence, especially after it went to extra time. They'd be really unfit, but I still think they'll scrape through that game against West Ham. Sam Allardyce was excellent defensively against Liverpool, so I don't see why they can't be against Arsenal. So I think Arsenal would just scrape through that, or a draw. I can't see them losing it though, so yeah. And then 2 games on Wednesday night. Everton against Palace. I think that's Everton's game in hand as well. So I think Everton will win that comfortably. I think it'll be 3-1 or 3-0. So yeah, Everton have won 7 games in a row. Palace aren't that great away, so I can't see any other result happening there. Man City versus Sunderland. I know Sunderland are Man City's bogey team at the moment. Well, recently anyway. But Man City, they want to bounce back straight from that Liverpool defeat, and I think that Sunderland are massively off form. I can't see them getting a result at Man City either. So I think it'll be 4-0, 4-0, 4-1, something like that along those lines. I can't really see Sunderland getting more than one goal. Can't really see them getting anything out of that game, really. Right, the weekend's games. Tottenham versus Fulham, the early kick-off. Fulham. Tottenham are form. Fulham would have got confidence from that win at the weekend against Norwich. I can see this being a 2-2 draw. So, well, we can stamp my prediction down somewhere. I don't know. So, see how they do. Hopefully, I want Fulham to stay up because, well, I'd rather them stay up than Cardiff, but I want Fulham to stay up because I don't know. I just got some sort of likeness for them. No reason why. So yeah, I can't really see either team winning that game, to be honest. Villa and Southampton, I think Southampton all day. I can't really see Villa getting anything from it. But I don't know, Villa are pretty much safe at the moment, I'd say. I can't really see them going anywhere. They've just always been a mid-table side, in my opinion. Cardiff Stoke, that is a big game for Cardiff. I'd say they have to get something out of that game. They probably have to get something out of every game towards the end of the season. So I'd say a score draw. Newcastle Swansea. To be honest, I think Swansea might just scrape that. Newcastle aren't playing that well at the moment. With Remy out injured and Cisse just can't hit a bottom door with a banjo. So I think Swansea will win that. They played very well against Chelsea as well. They defended great. So I think Swansea will win that 2-0. West Ham Palace, I think. This is a tie. I think West Ham will win that. Whatever happens in the Arsenal West Ham game, I think that will have a significant impact on what happens in this. If they beat Arsenal somehow, I think they'll win. If they draw, I think whatever happens in that Arsenal game, if they lose, they'll lose to Palace. If they draw, they'll draw. And if they beat Arsenal, they'll beat Palace, I think. So, yeah. Chelsea Sunderland. I think Chelsea will just win 2-1 or something because they need a striker. They can't score at the moment, so that's what I'm going for. Norwich Liverpool, they'll get so much confidence, Liverpool, from that Man City game. I think if Suarez can do what it always seems to do against Norwich, I think that Liverpool will probably win this about 4-0, something like that. Hull Arsenal, I think this will be a draw. I can't see Arsenal winning this. Away to Hull, it's going to be a preview of the FA Cup final, which I think Arsenal will win the FA Cup, but I don't think they'll win this game in the league. But you never know. Arsenal pretty much off form. They need one win. So if they beat West Ham, they might win this. So I'd say it'll be a draw at current point. Everton Man United, I'd also say again a draw. Everton playing well, but so Man United at the moment. So it seems like Fellaini is actually playing well for once, and Man United's defence was actually decent against Man United against Bayern Munich. So I think they'll do really well against Everton. We will win, but I think it'll be a draw. And the final game of the weekend, well, Monday night game anyway, is Man City versus West Brom. I think that West Brom could just get something out of this game. I think Man City. Well, I think it'll be a draw. I can see it being a draw. Honestly, it'll be. I think it'll be a score draw. West Brom will get some lucky goal. Honestly, I can just see it being a draw. So yeah, that is my preview for this week's games. So yeah, hope you enjoyed this part, and I'll quickly move on to the Championship. Right. Championship. Home of my team, which, if you don't know, is Derby County. We're playing really well at the moment. I'm going to start with them because that's the team I support. I know it's a bit, big-headed, but oh well. Alright. My team, Derby, have probably sealed their place in the playoffs already. 11 points inside, and only 4 games to go, so I can't really see us losing all of the games. But what's interesting about our final 4 games, all of the teams we're playing are in the bottom half at the moment, and all the teams that Burnley are playing are quite tough. I know it's very unlikely, but we could catch Burnley at the moment, because our next game is away to Doncaster, who are off form and 19th. After that we play Barnsley, who are bottom of the league, and then we play Watford, who are on form but are in the bottom half. But you never know what will happen by then. If we beat both Doncaster and Barnsley, we will be on form and be up for that Watford game. And our final game is against Leeds, who are probably the most inconsistent team in the league. On the other hand, Burnley, they have to play Blackpool next, which is probably the easiest game they've got left, but it is a local derby, and Blackpool want to win this because they are dangerously close to the relegation places. So I can't see them. Well, I can see them winning it, but I can see Blackpool winning it as well. So it can go either way, that game. Also, they have to play Ipswich, Wigan, and Reading. Now, if you don't know, Wigan are 5th at the moment. Ipswich are 7th and Reading are 8th, who play tonight against Leicester. So, I think that it is very possible for us to catch Burnley. So, don't write off Burnley and just saying, oh, they're going up, but you need to look at the fixtures they've got left. And our goal difference compared to theirs is only 4 behind, but that can change in, 2 games. So, don't rule us out yet. Alright, I think Leicester will be champions no matter what. No matter what happens, to be honest. They'll probably just scrape to the line, because as soon as they knew they were promoted, they didn't even bother against Brighton. They lost 4-1, which, is probably Brighton's biggest win of the season as well. Alright. I think QPR will stay in the playoffs, much like Derby. I think they'll just stay 3rd or 4th, wherever they go. So, yeah. Wigan, I think they might just stay in the playoffs. It's very unlikely they'll just go off form now, but I don't think they will. I think they'll be, so far, it's Derby, QPR, Wigan in the playoffs. Now, the interesting battle for 6th place, at the moment I'd say there are about, let me count these, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, I'd still say there's 8 teams battling for 1 place at the moment. I'd say there's Brighton, Ipswich, Reading, Bournemouth, Blackburn, Forest, very unfortunately there, isn't it? Middlesbrough and Watford. Watford do have a game in hand which will bring them up to 10th if they win that. So, and then if they do win that, they're only 4 points back, which is possible, but to be honest, I can't see anyone below 9th getting in the playoffs at the moment. Realistically, it's Brighton, Ipswich, Reading, Bournemouth in this. On current form, I'd say Ipswich will get in the playoffs, or Bournemouth, but Ipswich have 2 extra points, and to be honest, they are a stronger side than Bournemouth, but you never know what confidence and form does to you, so personally, it's between Ipswich and Bournemouth for me. Don't get me wrong, Brighton and Reading are very good sides, but I can't really see Reading getting anything Leicester. So I think it's between Ipswich and Bournemouth for me. Now, the relegation battle. For me, I I think Barnsley and Yeovil have already gone. To be honest, I can't see Barnsley getting out of it for yet another year. To be honest, they've always been down there. Honestly, I think it's about 8 seasons in a row they've finished 17th or below, but stayed up. I mean that they can't be doing that. They was at the Wigan of the Championship. Honestly, like Wigan in the Premier League last season, they just kept sort of somehow staying up every year. But this time, I think it's too much for them. This year, they've got to go. They've started to frustrate me a bit in the league this long, but somehow just never challenged for anything. But I've got nothing against Barnsley, but I don't know. They've actually stopped winning games, it feels, in League One, and maybe come back up with a bit of confidence, some better players. So yeah, I think if Barnsley went down, it would do them some good because they're not improving in the Championship. Yeovil, I'd like to see them stay up because they've got probably the best team spirit in the whole league, but the Championship is a step too far for them. I think they're going to get the first relegation in this season. Millwall, honestly, I would love to see Millwall go. Nothing. It's just a minority of their fans make the club look so crap. I don't know why it is, but I really hope they go. But on current form, Millwall are probably the best side in the bottom 8. So, I'd say at the moment, I think Blackpool will go. It's going to be Yeovil, Barnsley, and Blackpool for me. Right, fixtures for the Championship. Right, we've got obviously Leicester and Reading tonight. I think Leicester will win that 1-0, 2-0, something like that. But this week's fixtures. Most of the games are on the Friday, but there are a couple on the Saturday and Monday as well, which I'll go into in another episode or podcast, whatever you want to call this. But for now, I'm just going to talk about the Friday and Saturday games. Right, we've got Blackburn versus Yeovil. I think that Blackburn might just win this because I can see Yeovil might just get something out of that. If they're fired up and Blackburn aren't playing that well, I can see Yeovil getting something out of that. So yeah, I think Blackburn just maybe 2-1. There is a Tuesday game as well, which is Charlton Barnsley, which is probably Barnsley's biggest game of the season. If they lose that, then I think they've gone, definitely. But I do think they will lose. I think it'll be 2-0 to Charlton. Right. Bournemouth and Sheffield Wednesday. I think that'll be a draw, even though Bournemouth are on form at the moment. But I think Sheffield Wednesday are playing really well. They're not playing really well, but I think they can play really well. They have drawn the last 2 and lost the 2 before that, but I think they can play really well, and if they play to full potential, they can challenge for the playoffs, not getting them. But I think that'll be a draw against Bournemouth. Charlton and Bolton, I think that'll be another draw, to be honest. Huddersfield, Brighton, I think Brighton will win that. Wigan, Reading, that is a massive game in so many ways. If Reading win that, it blows 5th place wide open for many teams to catch them. And honestly, I think Reading will win that. I know their away form is a bit dodgy, but I think Reading will win that maybe 2-1 or something like that. We're going to, maybe tie from the FA Cup game, or I don't know. But, I don't know. Right, Blackpool-Burnley. This game is so pivotal for Burnley. If they don't win this, I could see Derby catching them, which I really hope happens. And honestly, I could see it being a draw. Blackpool 2, Burnley 2 is what I'm going for in that. And so I'd really think this will really, bring Derby back into the promotion race. I really hope this happens. I'm so probably biased towards Derby at the moment, but, don't write Burnley off as a formality of going up yet. Doncaster v Derby. We are on telly for this one, but we normally play well when we're on telly. So we did score 5 against Forest. So I think we'll win this, but it'd be much closer than people felt. I think it'll be 2-1, just. I bet it'll be a scrappy win as well. Now, on the Saturday, early kick-off in that one, is Leicester versus QPR. I I think QPR will win that because Leicester aren't particularly bothered about the league anymore. They're just playing for the fun of it. So I think QPR will win, and that they will probably confirm their place in the playoffs with that win as well. So yeah, Leicester will just play half-assed attempts to win the title. They'll probably still win the title either way, but yeah. Barnsley versus Leeds. I think that'll be a draw. Leeds are inconsistent, but maybe the Chileno guy will the Chileno guy. Maybe Massimo Chileno will inspire them to win. You never know, but Leeds, I don't know why they play so terrible all the time. They play good one game, they're just terrible the next. I think that'll be a draw, to be honest. Give Barnsley some hope with a point, but I don't think they'll still. Borough versus Millwall. I think Borough will easily win that. Comfortable win for Middlesbrough. Forest against Birmingham, the two most off-form teams in the league, I'd say. I don't know what is up with Birmingham, but they are away, so they might have a chance of winning. They can't win at home, so I can see Forest getting their form back on track here. I think it'll be a 2-0 win to Forest. Alright. Final game, Watford versus Ipswich. I think this will be a draw. Watford are good at home, and they've got an outside chance of the playoffs. Ipswich are right in the battle, but I think it'll be a draw. So yeah, that brings us to end my championship sort of review and preview. League One. I'm not going to go into depth about League One because I don't particularly watch it that much. But yeah, so at the weekend we knew Wolves were champions, fully deserved as well. They've been by far the best side in the league, and probably Brentford are going to join them. Not Wolves aren't champions. I mean they've been promoted, deserve it as well. But and Brentford are going to join them as well, I believe, in the Championship next season. I can't really see Leyton Orient or Rotherham or Preston catching them. So Brentford deserve to go up what happened last season to them on the last day. So yeah, I think that's them two are gone, them two are up. So, but then again, saying the same for what I said about Derby and Burnley. Leyton Orient could catch them on the basis of that, but I haven't looked at their fixtures at the moment, so yeah. All the other teams in the playoffs are confirmed already. Peterborough, I'd say, are in the playoffs. No, I don't think anyone will catch them now. Too far ahead. Lots of Sheffield. I'd like to say how well Clough has done since he left Derby. I'm really happy he does well because he got sacked wrongly in my opinion, but yeah. Hopefully Sheffield United will finish maybe top 10, that'd be nice, but I don't know. Alright, the good part about League One is how close the relegation battle is. It's ridiculous. So if results, it could go down to the last day with about 3 or 4 teams. For me, Stevenage have gone already. Their form is just terrible. So that's what I think. I'm sorry for any fans that are disrespecting this, by the way. Judging my form, Notts County on form, I think maybe at the moment it'll be the bottom 4 as it is, I'd say. Goal difference as well. Looking at goal difference, I think Shrewsbury may just escape, but apart from that, I very much doubt that any team could get out. But then again, it is very close, but anything can happen in that league. It's probably more like you can't really call any results, but yeah, that's my opinion. I think the bottom 4 as is will get relegated. League 2. Right. Right, at the top, it is I can't call who's going to be champions at the moment because the goal differences are so similar. But Rochdale have hit a bit of a slump at the moment. Haven't won in 3 games, but I know they can probably win the next 4. It's that inconsistent, just as the Football League is, and no one can call any matches. I think the top 3 are definitely going to be the ones promoted. So the playoffs. I think that Oxford are really inconsistent at the moment, just scraping to the line. But York have unbeaten in a while, so I think they might just scrape in. Southend, I think, will stay with their form. They have lost the last one, but I think they will stay